First thing I want to say, I want to say a couple things just to kind of set the stage. We're going to do a lot. It's really all I can say. But I want to say a few things at the outset to set the. So that's pretty big, right? I don't know, it's an estimate. I can't go by that, but nonetheless, we see it everywhere. The other thing is, remember that the only natural sex is unprotected intercourse with the purpose of having a child. So birth control, condoms, what do you call it when you pull out early or whatever?
Pulling out.
Pulling out, yeah, all right. Pulling out. That's unnatural, y'all, right? It's all really, sodomy is really, sodomy is widespread in the heterosexual community. Sodomy is just any sex that's not intercourse. And it's like we're all sodomites, right? Most everyone in here, I'm sure, at least maybe kiss somebody, I don't know. But in any case, that's all unnatural. And so when I hear people talk about homosexuality as unnatural, I think, first of all, we see it in the animal kingdom. We see it with other species. And B, most of what heterosexuals do is also unnatural. Not to mention, don't forget, for the Christians in here, for the Christian sodomites, you are going to hell. So don't forget that verse from Corinthians that we talked about. So just want to remind you of that because...
Also, I count 5 laptops that are open that aren't over here. Close them now because you're using up our bandwidth.
Close your laptops, y'all. Come on, man. Airplane. No, it doesn't matter.
Don't really care.
It doesn't matter if it's on airplane mode. Damn. If you want to,
if you can't pay attention to this class for 75 minutes,
dude,
that's just an issue.
No. Okay, you ready? Next slide. Oh, dude. Nah, that's okay. It was just a picture of Trump. So we've seen enough pictures of Trump. Okay, so here's a question. What percentage of Americans identify as LGBT? What percentage? Talk to the person next to you. Like, what do you think? What percentage? Oh, dude, there we go. By the way, if you don't, so what we're talking about, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgendered, queer. Queer, just like the summary term of, I'm not really sure what I am. Yo, what'd you say? What percentage? The percentage of Americans basically is the percentage of people anywhere in the world. How much? What do you say, bro? Okay, so listen. Yo, what'd you say? Between 15 and 20? Okay, is the average answer, when we ask this of Americans and we have them just write down an answer, the average answer that Americans give is 25%, which is no wonder, like if you think about people who take a religious orientation and think that homosexuality is sinful and that sort of thing, and think that it's helping to lead to the end of the world and so on. No wonder they're really afraid, because if you think 25%, that's a lot of people. And it's an extreme amount of people. The number is actually about 3.5%. So, so again, that's including bi, queer, trans, etc. So 3.5% is really not very much. It's not very high. I mean, I guess it's relatively speaking, but so. However, I want to just hold this for a second, though. When we ask Americans to write down the percentage they think it is, the average answer is 25%. That's 1 in 4. Now, first off, the sheer logic of that, right? Like if you have 4 kids in your family, 1 of them would be gay. If you have 4 grandparents, 1 would be gay. I mean, it's just like every 4 people, you know what I mean? And so it's like every 4 of you. That would mean that whole back section of the class is gay. So if it was 20%, It would mean this whole front section of the class, plus a couple rows up there, would be LGBTQ. It's so many people when you look at it from that perspective, right? But really understanding that this is why so many people are so wigged out over what appears to be the power of the queer community. Rainbow flags everywhere, because they think, if you think it's 25, the average answer, that's average. So people are thinking more. People are going up to 50%, which is like really just unbelievable to me. But so no wonder people are really afraid of the end of times and that sort of thing, right? I will say that the number of people are identifying as bi, historically it's been less than 1%. So people who, sort of are eating off both sides of the plate, as we used to say. However, today, that number for women is rising close to 6%, and for men, 2%. So that says something. Okay, a couple more. Next slide. So what percentage of Americans 18 to 14 have had sexual contact with people of the same sex? Just talk to the person next to you. What do you think that is? Dude, sexual contact, define it any way you want. Sexual contact. Dude. All right, you ready? First off, let me, whatever your answer is, let me ask you this. And, let me ask you this, and I want you to look, can we do a thing? You have to raise your hand. I'm going to ask you, you're going to have to raise it either for A or for B. Okay, we're all going to do this. It's real simple. How many of you think that the number for men, that it's higher for men, that men are more likely to have sexual contact with other men versus women are more likely to have sexual contact with other women? So for whom is the number higher? How many of you say it's higher for men? And how many say for women? Yeah. Dude, that just totally says something about men's behavior. You know what I mean? And all you got to do is walk down College Avenue when drunken men are walking around or whatever and see, like, my God. Okay, listen, the number for women, the most recent data, the reported number for women who've had sexual contact, and it's just identified as sexual contact, so that could be anything. Could be kissing, maybe for some people it's holding hands, but we're letting people define it. For women, it's 17% in this age group, and for men, it's 6%. So, sit with that for a hot minute. By the way, and I should add, remember we did the survey in here? Dude, remember we did the survey in here, and 6% of you said that you really identify as something not straight, but not really gay, and bi, you're not really sure, you're somewhere in that continuum, and you're kind of like a little bit uncertain as to what that. Okay, so here, 6% of the class. Okay, next slide. So listen, this is the last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to do some activities. So, first off, just like that question of sexual contact, right? Like, what's it mean to be gay? And what's it mean to be straight? And how do you even know if you're gay or straight if, for example, you have never had sex? And then what is having sex? It's like, what's it really mean, right? Like, what are we talking about? And how far do you have to go? What do you have to do to actually be identified as gay or straight? And how often do you have to have sex? What if it's one time? Like, what if you have the feelings, but you never really act on it, right? So what if you're gay, but you never actually have sex? Are you really gay? Or are you part of the straight team? Like, where is it? And so the idea here is that, just think about it, the vast majority of sexual behavior has nothing to do with intercourse. That sexual behavior begins, if it's just, remember Lori and I talking when we did the needy penis lecture, right? So sexual behavior is this very subtle behavior. And for most people, and certainly most straight men, and certainly most, the actual intercourse might last for like 30 seconds or something. I don't know, right? It could be very short. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, a minute and a half, right? So, but what's all the other sex and sexual contact that goes along with it? What are we really talking about, and what's it mean? Talk about these issues. How is it possible to be if all of this is sex, how is it really possible to be 100% straight down at this end of the continuum, or 100% gay or lesbian down at this end of the continuum? What are we really talking about? Because, just Lori and I, most of the behavior that we do when we have sex, most of our actions look exactly like people who are gay or lesbian, most of their actions, except there's just that one little part of it, which is usually at the very end, and that separates us. But 95% of our sexual activity, or 98%, is the same as if we were gay or lesbian. And so, what are we really talking about? So that's that continuum idea. I live in this world that much of my behavior, my actions connected to Lori, like sexual actions, are actually similar actions that I engage in with other men in my life. And so you saw me up here with Bassem, with my arm around Bassem and hugging Bassem and all sorts of things, right? That's all kind of what we talk about as sexual contact or sexual behavior. And so for most of us, right? So what are we really talking about? So anyway, keep that in mind, that continuum idea. So it doesn't take a lot for someone to step over the line and engage in homosexual behavior or homosexual activity. It's actually fairly simple to just step over. It's a very thin line. And many of you have crossed over it, right? So, which we can get to in a hot minute. Okay, but right now I want to put Kat and Jeff on the. Here's what you two come up here. We're gonna talk about Gaydar, and we're gonna have a Gaydar contest. But here's what I need. I first need I need another volunteer, could be male or female, it doesn't really matter, who feels like you have almost no contact with the LGBT community. It's like you really have no contact. Meaning that you don't have no Gaydar. You know what I mean by Gaydar? Everyone know, if you don't even know what I'm talking about when I talk about Gaydar, you can't tell who's gay and who's straight. I need that person. Yo, is that you? All right, come down. Dudes. Oh, you rock. All right. So wait, so are you straight? You got to be straight. All right. Yeah, she thinks so. You're straight for now. Wait till the end of class. Wait till the end of this activity. All right. All right. So.
Really bad at this.
What's your name?
Hunter.
Hunter?
Yeah.
All right. You all go in the back. Wait, hang on. So y'all see Hunter, right? Cool. Got it? All right. Dudes, and by the way, now hang on, I'll tell you in a second. Okay, so listen. Now, I need two people in the queer community. I need a man and a woman who doesn't know Kat or Jeff or Hunter. And they don't know that, Jeff in particular won't know that you're out. Like you're not out on the Twitter stream. So who's gay or lesbian and wants to volunteer on this? We need a woman and we need a man. Dude, seriously, is nobody out? Dude, all right, so they don't know you, right? They're good? Okay. And, dude, wait, hang on. All right, okay, cool. All right. Wait, anybody else? Wait, do we have two more people? Dude, okay, one more. And then we need a guy. We need one more guy who's not out and doesn't know Jeff. Is there another guy? Anybody? Anybody who wants to just decide you're gay? Just be gay for a day. You know what I mean? Anyone who thinks they're gay, but they don't really know, and then we could... Anybody? Seriously? There's nobody else? Seriously? Nobody? Just a guy. How about bi? Is there a bi guy? Oh, how about that? A bi guy. Anybody? Oh, all right. Oh, shit, dog. Any other bi guys? Are we good? Dude, seriously? Where's the queer community in this class? Okay, so now what I need two guys. I need just two guys who look... Dude, I need two guys who people sometimes think you're gay. Dude. And I need somebody else. Dude. No, not you. No, I need somebody else. Somebody from the back who doesn't know Jeff. Dude, you're good. And I need two women. And I need two women as well. Wait, hang on. Do they know you? Okay. And I need another woman. Is there a woman who's kind of butchy? Like, we're trying to trick them, you know what I mean? Dude, okay. Okay, so you three guys over here. Okay. And you... Wait, are you on the Twitter? Okay, you ready? Okay, y'all. Wait, you guys. Okay, so here's the deal, dudes. If the two of you, wait, so this is Kat, by the way. Kat works, she's the, what
Almost
are you?
not.
I don't know.
Dude, you're leaving us. She works, so she holds down World in Conversation. And you are
I am.
a lesbian. Okay? We know Jeff and Hunter.
Yeah.
Who's straight. Bro, so listen, you two, you're professionals at this. If she beats you, you are going to gay conversion therapy because you're not really gay. I'm paying for it. I'll be calling Uber after class, send you out to the airport.
Shit.
Okay, so.
Oh, yeah, I'm nervous.
Who's straight and who's gay? No, or bi. Straight, gay, or bi.
Just like straight or queer.
Oh yeah, wait, we got to get your names though. Wait, no, we don't want to do your names because Jeff might recognize them from the Twitter feed.
So it's just straight or gay?
It's all you are all gonna.
Just, like,
no, you're
one
all gonna
person?
choose. You got to choose like who's straight
I can
and
say
who's gay or
How
bi.
many people or that doesn't?
We don't
I'm
know.
not telling you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's
Bye.
7, so.
Don't say it. Don't answer it though.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
I'm
saying
gonna go
she's bi.
queer. Straight or queer, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, straight or queer or whatever.
Yeah.
Her?
Yes. Queer.
Do we get to talk at all? Or?
Yeah, you can talk, but they can't talk much because you might like.
But like that's how.
All right. By talking. That's how you out people. That's how your gaydar works.
Yeah, I gotta,
What do they say, dude? Hang on a second.
Wait.
Your gaydar works when people talk. That's how you
yeah,
learn
like
if they're gay.
communication, like energy's exchanging a little bit.
All right, go ahead and communicate with her. You wait.
Well, you asked the question, so then it was like,
Oh, gotcha.
she's probably queer. So
Oh, she's queer if she asks the question.
she was like, is bi included? And then I was like, oh, so maybe you fall on that spectrum,
I'm gonna go to the boy side, if that's okay. Straight.
Don't say anything, gentlemen. Okay, he's straight. This guy's straight?
This one.
Yeah, okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
This one.
This is why.
Yo, how about this one? Look, he's got an earring. It's in his left ear,
No,
too.
It's on both ears, yo.
Oh, he has 2 earrings.
Yeah,
You have earrings too.
I have 7 of them. That just means
Which one
I'm
has one on?
It just means I'm a freak. When you have more than 2, you're
Freak.
just a freak of nature. So.
Okay. I would say gay.
This guy's gay. All right, how about that guy? Look at the way he's standing. He's so standing like a gay guy.
Well, he's wearing Adidas and the other two aren't.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing this.
Dude, you really are bad at this, by the
Let
way.
me tell you something.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I volunteered
get-
because my friends like to think that the guys that like me tend to be gay. So that's why they all volunteered me. So I decided to come
Oh,
up.
so you're just wait. So you're
I'm
just up here. That's why you're like looking at this guy's eyes to see if he likes you, and then you'll know he's gay.
But I'm just.
It's like, yeah,
trying
he's
to
making
feel it
eyes at me,
out.
man. He's clearly the gay guy.
I'm
All
feeling
right.
it out. You want to step in?
Wait, you didn't finish it.
Okay,
Well, go ahead,
I-
Jeff. Go ahead. No, wait, hang on. We're gonna let Hunter go first. So he's gay. This guy?
Straight.
All
No,
right.
gay. My God.
She's like checking out to see if they're holding hands or something, right? Like, all right, Kat, you're next. Okay, go with the women real fast.
Bi. Straight. Gay.
And she's bi.
Bi.
All right. All right, y'all. This is gay conversion therapy's coming. Pressure's on. Kat, come on. You're a professional. Go for it.
They do all look queer.
I know a little bit.
That's not an insult, by
Everybody's
the
a
way.
little queer.
Trick. No, it's not a trick.
Not a trick?
y'all.
It's
not a
You're
trick.
expecting me to trick you. It's
I
not.
am expecting you to.
Okay, just lightning round. We already identified queer. Straight, queer.
She's queer. He's
Sure,
queer.
and then
Yeah, it's hard.
He's a tough one, dude.
I don't know. His shoelaces are all not gay, so straight. And then
Dude, wait, hang on. Yo, Sydney, can you get a shot of his shoe?
I had the same
queer
shoes,
shoe- wait.
and I had all my laces like in my shoes. So.
Wait, they're the straight shoelaces?
Well, no, they're just out. They're like not nice.
They're out, like he's out. Dude,
And
she's
then,
so straight, dude. See, this is how it works. Just look for the
I'm learning.
shoelaces. Yeah, he's a professional.
I'll do
dude.
that.
I'm not a
Time.
professional. Bye. Let's do that. 50-50.
And he was straight? Yeah. All right, go ahead, Kat.
Queer, straight. I don't know. Queer, straight.
Dude, all right. Let's start down here. Wait, so we got it? We're keeping score here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sonali, and I'm straight. No. Super straight.
Okay.
Then why do you
I got half.
All right.
I shouldn't have asked a question.
I'm Mel, and I'm a lesbian.
Dude, you got lesbian power, dog. All right.
I'm Isabella, and I identify as queer.
Dude, all right.
My name's Haley, and I am straight.
Okay. Dude, conversion therapy averted. All right.
Since some of you were more specific than others, I'm Reese, and I'm bisexual, but I lean more toward gay.
Leaning
I got
gay.
that one.
You did get that one, Hunter.
Yeah, I debated for a little.
I'm Jordan, and I'm straight.
I'm sorry.
I told you
You got that, dude.
those shoelaces.
I'm Valentine, and I'm straight.
Wait, Valentine?
Yeah,
Dude, you should be gay.
and I'm straight.
Oh my God. Hi, I'm Valentine. I'm straight. I mean, dude, it's like I'm Valentine. I'm gay. That just so goes together. All right, Valentine. Wait, what's your name again? Jordan?
Jordan, yeah.
And Reese? Wait, so who won? You did win. And did you come in second? Or
I did pretty well.
you did pretty
You
well.
did pretty. You probably did
You
better
might
than
have
me.
even gotten a date
I
from,
feel bad.
from Reese.
Yeah.
The gay guy. Reese is actually kind of he's thinking like, hey,
Yeah.
too bad he's gay. Once again, the gay man. All right. Leaning gay. All right, listen. So, by the way, can you just say, so you are, what do you look for? Really, just what do you look for? Because people have this idea that you can pick out who's gay and who's not gay, and you really can't, because, you can't, right? But what are you looking for? Like Jeff, what are you looking for here?
There's no physical characteristics of gay people that identify them differently, unless if they're like, I don't know, in drag or something. But like in everyday clothes, most you probably can't tell. So
Yeah.
I was just literally guessing.
Besides
shoelaces, yes.
Yo, Kat, how about you? What do you like? Like, how do you know? Like when because straight people have this idea. We're always talking about like gay people hitting on us and stuff. And I've only been hit on by a gay guy one time in my life. And first off, I've never been hit on by a straight woman ever in my life, ever. So when the gay guy hit on me, I was like, dude, thank you. My God. I thought it was me. You know what I mean? I'm like you. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Hit on me, gay guys. But if you're gay, it's like this is the thing, right? It can be really dangerous to hit on the wrong person, right? So what do you?
I think for me, that's why conversation, like just how a conversation, I can kind of gauge how somebody's into the conversation with me and just go off that. But it's still, I don't really hit on girls because I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And you don't know what reactions you're going to get if you do.
Uh-huh. Yep. How about, do you have anything you would add to that? Yeah.
I can't tell either. I mean, a lot of people say they can't tell about me as well. So I have to like wear a wristband and stuff to...
Oh, dude, you had a wristband on.
Yeah, I had to hide it for...
Okay, all right, that's cool. So you can, bro, how about you? Is there anything you would add to this?
I would go with it's mostly voice. I don't know what sound that was. I don't know if that was gay or straight. But for me, 9 times out of 10, if I'm going to figure it out, it's based on their voice.
Yeah? On a voice? Like, what are you listening for?
That's why it was difficult. That's what I look for.
So...
but he doesn't sound gay.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Bi.
That's why at first I said straight.
All right, okay.
That's why most people don't guess with me. But no, it's really just mannerisms. I can't describe it. Jeff doesn't do it, so he's like, I guess, the exception that proves the rule. But someone can look really masculine and sound effeminate in a way, and that's basically sometimes how I figure it out.
Yeah, and I want to go into that a little bit at some point. Like, what's the effeminate thing? You know, and like, what is that?
Excessive use of the word "like" is a good way.
Okay, all right.
If I said "dude," would that worry you?
No. No.
Yes.
Not because I'm already queer, so I'm all right with that. Yeah, what would you say?
For me, like, sometimes I'll, like, get up in the morning and be like, you know what? I want to look really gay today. Like, my roommate can attest to this. But mostly, like, I'll look at someone and be like, well, I mean, that's a really gay outfit, but also she could be a hipster, so I don't know. But, like, talking to people, you'll be like, oh, I don't know, maybe.
So are you gay today?
Today? I mean, I'm wearing my Timbs.
Well, no, wait, hang on. Let me ask the professional lesbians here. Is she gay today?
Yeah.
You'd say so?
I'd say like
it's
a low key. Yeah. It's like
low-key
a low key gay thing. If I was wearing my overalls, it'd be a different story.
And you identify as queer?
No, straight.
No, straight.
I'm queer.
You are queer. You said queer. Okay. Dude, and do lots of people think you're gay?
Oh, dude, all the time.
Dude, maybe you are.
All the time. No, I'm not.
But maybe you are. Oh, all right.
But I'm not. I mean, like.
Why do they think you're gay? What do they see in you that's
Okay,
gay?
so I was like, I did a lot of theater, and I was an acting major before I switched majors at Penn State, and like, so just I guess the whole theater thing kind of gets a gay vibe, and they're like, if you are in theater, or if you do musicals or like sing or something, you're super gay, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I just like to sing and I like to act and I like to be on stage and I like to entertain people. I also I also wear the Futurist Female sweatshirt, and dude, you wouldn't even imagine the looks I get from guys. It's awesome. It's so funny, dude.
Wait, gay guys or straight guys?
No, straight guys. Like big straight guys. Whenever I'm wearing my Futurist Female sweatshirt, they'll just give me like the...
Dude, that's because trying to
What
figure it
was
out.
that guy wearing? He's so gay sweatshirt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Dude, wait, what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
Ah, dude, talk to me after class. You are a theater. That was a theater move right there. All right, talk to me after class. Seriously. All right. Do you want to add anything?
Oh, well, I'm in like 2 of the theater clubs on campus, and like, yeah, I can attest that there's. I mean, not everyone, obviously, and we have a lot of straight guys, and we have a lot of gay guys, and like everyone in between. But yeah, it's fun.
Dudes, all right, thanks, man. We're gonna do our next. Thanks, bro. Make sure you talk to me, bro. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks. I need volunteers, random people, but ideally just someone who, 3 people. This is actually a really simple thing. You're not going to be on the spot. It's a really, really quick, fast thing. You won't even really have to talk, but it's going to be really cool. So I need 3 people. Ideally, it's got to be 3 people who haven't volunteered before. Just really fast, 3. It's going to be really cool. Dude, no. Do you want to volunteer? Okay, 1. Yo, 2 more people. Bro, 2. Now I need someone who's... Dude, all right. Dude, right here. Okay, we'll do 4. Who?
There you go. It's on.
Dude, how about you? No, have you volunteered? And no, I need someone. I need a brown person. Yo, I need a brown. Okay, come on down. Okay, you all are going to go in the back. Come on, you're going to come in the back. And okay, yo, you're going to go in the back too. Yep. We'll give you the. We'll give you. Yeah. Make sure the mics are off. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Stand.
Oh.
Stand.
Yo. I think you might have to, yeah, leave your glasses on. Okay. Okay, dude. Remember, I can't say your name.
Yeah.
Dad, don't say your name. We're not going to say it. Let's say nothing.
Shut up, yeah.
Okay, we'll say nothing. Okay. Stand right here. Okay. All right, y'all. 1 at a time, really fast. We'll go with you first, bro. Yep. Dude, ready?
Yes.
Male or female?
Male.
Okay. Did we get a, dude, hang on. Make sure. The whole class. Do the wave. Exactly. Okay, got it. All right. All right, dude, have a seat right there. All right, next one. Ready? Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, ready?
Yeah.
Male or female? Take a hot minute.
Female?
Okay. All right, thank you. Next one. Okay, you ready? Right here. Dude. Male or female?
That's my shirt.
Look carefully. Don't get it wrong.
Can you do like a turn? I'm gonna say female.
All right, dog. Have a seat. Dude, right here. Stand right there. Ready? That's you. Male or female? Give yourself a hot second.
Female, but identifying as a male.
Okay. Ready? Okay. So here you go. All right. So stand over here. Yeah. So listen. First up, what's your name, bro?
Steven.
Steven and
Alexis.
Alexis.
Megan.
Megan.
Bennett.
Ben. Bennett? Wait, hang on. Bennett. All right, sorry. All right, man. So listen, what were you looking, before we say anything, what were you looking at? What were you looking for? What are you looking at? What are you seeing? Do I want you to go last?
I guess the outfit and the hair.
Outfit and hair. Yeah. You said male.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you see? Outfit and hair. Notice I can't use any pronouns, right? So it's just like, this is like it right now because I can't do a pronoun. They, I know, they. Okay, it's they. Got it. They.
What do you mean?
So you should clothes.
Yeah, just like a plaid shirt and jeans.
Okay.
And short hair.
Okay, and short hair. What did you see?
Yeah, like originally I saw that, and then like their eyes also. I don't like for some reason like your eyelashes really like caught my attention. It's like really random, but I don't know. And then also like your lip piercing.
Wait, I get the eyes a lot. The eyes a lot?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on.
Like
Turn
really
toward the camera real
long.
fast. Can you get a close up? Right there, dude.
I can't even see.
Got that? Yeah,
just
everybody's
like,
got it.
Just like your facial structure and like the
Facial
features
structure?
of, like your face.
You said female.
I said female, yeah.
And you said?
I said female, and I looked at your face also. Yeah, I really just looked
at the face.
Yeah.
At the face. And bro, how about you? So you said female, and you said?
Female identifying as a male.
Yeah, what do you see?
So I looked at the eyes first, lip piercing also kind of gave it away, and then like the hair, but kind of like height and like just kind of like face structure as well.
Yeah, height is a thing yeah. All right. Okay, cool. Yo, thanks, y'all. Right?
You're welcome.
Yeah, so now we're going to have a conversation. Thanks. Yep. Well, I'll tell you in a second. Thanks, man. Good. All right, yeah. Listen. Yeah, you can sit. Oh, yeah, you can sit down. Thanks, man. Yeah, have a seat, man. So, class, meet Oliver. Okay? Oliver, Social 19.
Hi.
So, trans issues. So, you're here. Trans issues are. So, you're a student at Penn State?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were in Social 19?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And we did this 2 years ago. And then, is there anyone else who's transitioning, by the way, in class? Anybody?
Do I have any friends here? Do I have any queer trans friends? Anybody?
Anyone thinking about it? Anybody like who's thinking that maybe they might be in the future or whatever? Because you could come up here and talk also.
Do we have a friend?
Wait, one person? Do you want to come up? Yo, come on up. Dude. Yo, have a seat. And what's your name?
My name is Brooke.
Brooke? Brooke. Nice meeting you. Okay, so listen. So let's talk about how, we'll start with Oliver. So how do you identify? Like, tell us just a quick summary piece.
I'm a trans man, so I'm going from female to male.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
By
a
the
good
way,
summary. I'm a straight man also.
Straight trans man.
Yes.
So which means that
I
you are
like
not
women.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm going to just jump around with a few quick questions before we go. By the way, how's your facial hair go? Dude, you're killing it. Dude. All right. Rock on. And Brooke, how about you? Let's go with you.
Right now, I'm identifying as they, them, and I'm pansexual. So.
Them and your, what did you say?
Pansexual.
Pansexual. And so tell the class what that means.
Basically, it means I'm attracted to anyone regardless of gender.
So gender for you is really fluid.
Right.
Whereas for you, gender is not really fluid.
Yeah, I'm on this one end. But there's multiple stuff in between both ends. I'm just on one singular side.
So this goes to that continuum that I was talking about. For me, just so you know, for me, trans issues have really hit the news a lot lately, and it just feels like so many people are confused as about what that means, and as the two of you know, and that it feels like it's a really good time just to have the conversation because people get stuck in this world of boxes as though there's a box here and a box there and a box there, and you got to be in some kind of box, but that's not. So it's cool that you're really in that like continuum space. So when did you first, let me start with Brooke. When did you first start to have the idea that you were not, so you're born female?
Right.
Born female with all female characteristics, etc. With the female biology.
Yeah.
And what does transitioning mean for you? Like, what's it look like?
For me, I started questioning around junior year of high school, and right now I'm in the process of trying to figure out like who I am, honestly. So
the idea is you don't identify as, even though you have female body parts, so to speak, that are typical of what we identify as female body parts biologically, you don't identify as female.
No.
And when you say you first started to question, what questions did you have? What does that mean? Help us out.
I don't know, I just kind of noticed myself wanting to present more as masculine, and that's not necessarily accepted, I guess, in my area, but I don't know, I guess that's where I am on the...
So presenting, when you say presenting is more masculine, like you identify more with certain masculine, like, does that include feelings or just behavior or
More
ways of dressing? Or
behavior and ways of dressing for me.
So, bro, how about you?
Yo, so I started questioning, like I've never felt like completely comfortable in my skin, which like puberty is a thing and like people are uncomfortable during puberty, but like it extended long after that. And I finally had like kind of a label for it going into my senior year of high school. So I was like, I'm going to chop off all my freaking hair and become a man.
Wait, and how old were you?
17.
17? So you chopped off all your hair.
And my parents are not accepting, and I didn't tell them yet. Or, well, I told them now, but at that point I didn't tell them.
So
and
meaning you just got a short haircut.
Yeah, so I got a short haircut, and I would wear, like, girl clothes to school. My friend ordered me a binder when I was, like, at that time.
Can you explain that?
Yes. So a binder is this article of clothing that pushes down the breast tissue so I have a more like flat looking chest. It's not perfect, but it's better than, yeah. So I would go to school and I would change into my binder and I would change into boys' clothes and I would go to school. And then I would change back before going home.
Do you remember when you were in class last time and I was touching your breasts? Because
I got a new one recently.
Yeah? Dude, because when Oliver and I started talking, it was so clear that before I knew, it was so clear that Oliver was a man. I mean, it was just that you were male. I mean, it wasn't even just like, so you didn't get top surgery yet, right? Okay, so you still have breasts. So when he was here, when we were doing this before, and we were just doing anything, and I'm like touching your breasts, and at some point I realized, dude, but it was okay because you're a man. And it doesn't matter that there are breasts under the binder that would be identified as female because it's just so clear. It's not even a question. Okay, so binder, right? We're going to get to top surgery in a second. Yeah. So when you said you knew, was it a slow, did you at first think that you were a lesbian?
Oh, yeah. I've always known I liked women because girls are awesome. Girls are freaking awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've always known I liked girls. That was just like, I am really comfortable in my sexuality. Like I've known I liked girls for a long, long time. And it's just something I've always known. But then like the whole...
Like when you say always, like what age? What are we talking about?
Probably like 7th grade, like 6th or 7th grade. I know that sounds young, but like You know when you know.
Dude, I knew in 6th grade. I felt that feeling down below. So, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So then you get into high school and you're realizing, hang on, this isn't about being a lesbian. There's something more
Yeah,
here.
it felt right, but not completely right. There was still some disconnect that I couldn't put my finger on.
Yep. Okay. Was there a single moment, and then we're going to go back to Brooke. Was there a single moment for you where the light bulb went on and you were like, oh my God?
Well, I was in the depths of YouTube. And I found a trans YouTuber, and I was like, "Oh my God, someone is feeling how I feel. I'm as hell." So this is someone feeling the same way as I feel, and they're a female becoming a male, and I'm like, "All right, well, I guess I'm in for a long road." And it took me a couple months. I'd like really beat myself up about it because I was like, "This isn't what anyone would consider normal." Like, being a lesbian is like one thing.
Yeah.
I know like lesbians face a lot of issues, but I find it hard as a trans person saying to someone, "Hey, I'm trans." They're like, "Well, are you sure?"
Yeah, like what
Are
is
you sure
that?
you want to change your body? It's kind of permanent.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a big step. So, Brooke, where does body come in for you, right? As you identify as pansexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's body transformation? Are you thinking about that? Have you thought about it, or is that not even on the table?
Yeah, I was discussing not that long ago with a friend about top surgery and thinking about doing that. Sorry. Yeah, I was discussing with a friend about doing top surgery maybe this year, next year. But I too have found a trans YouTuber, and he's a huge inspiration for me. And I don't know. I feel super uncomfortable in wanting or thinking about transitioning.
Yeah.
Just because it's really not accepted, and I feel like people won't take it as well as I would like them to, and I kind of feel like I could be disowned by a few family members, and that's really scary for me.
So are you attracted primarily, just think primarily, is your primary attraction toward males or females or other people on the continuum, or people in the queer community?
It's more so with females than anybody.
Mm-hmm. So you're in the similar boat, right? You could not...
Girls are awesome.
What's that?
Girls are awesome.
Dude, they are, man.
Girls are
honestly.
awesome. I would
Sorry,
agree.
Jeff, but they are. Although I will be, if my wife dies before me, I know I'll be with a guy for sure.
Because nobody can ever replace the feelings that you've had for your wife.
Nah, no.
And men.
Dude, and also, I'm not going through perimenopause a second time, man. All right. So she's either got to have already gone through menopause.
Yeah, I was all sweet and shit.
No, dude.
And you're like...
It's tough, man. It's tough, I'm telling you. Okay, so for you, right, you identify as pansexual, and that's, like, he's really clear. So for you, it's like the transition, surgery, whatever, it wouldn't seem that that's so important because you're... Right? Am I seeing that correctly? It's like, it's not so much about that? Or you're still in the figuring out stage?
I'm still in my world is turning upside down phase.
Are you out with your family?
Me?
Yeah. Wait, if they're watching the live stream, are you like...
They're not watching the live stream.
All right, okay. Dude, the two of you might be an inspiration. Like that YouTuber, somebody might be watching this YouTube video at some point, and you'll be the inspiration. Because it's a big deal to be up here talking about this, right? Even though, yeah. However, but I actually want to just go back on what I just said. It's actually not a big deal. It's so nothing. Like, who cares, right? You know what I mean? You're attracted to men, women, this, that. Like, who cares? It doesn't. Why is it a big deal? Like, honestly. So in a certain sense, it's not a big deal, or it shouldn't be, right?
We're stuck in this constant cycle of, oh, that's awesome, that's a big deal, and oh, that's normal. Like, we got to normalize what's going on. We're stuck in that loop of, you're so brave for coming out, and coming out shouldn't be a thing. It should just be, you are who you are.
Okay, so talk about top surgery. What does that look like? What's it cost, first off? Tell the class.
Depending on the surgeon, probably like between $5,000 and $10,000.
And what's it entail?
There's multiple different types of procedures that you could do. For my body type, it would be something called double incision, where they cut underneath or cut both of your breasts. They remove most of the breast tissue, and they sew you back up. They detach the nipple, resize it, and put it back on. And you get 2 big scars underneath, and you're done.
So that means that so my friends who have top surgery, so I have one friend, for example, who I've seen his nipples, right? Even right after the surgery, like even just 2 weeks later, you couldn't even tell, like the areola part, you couldn't even tell. There was
The surgeons are awesome. They're magic.
Okay, so top surgery is fairly simple. Bottom surgery. So can we talk a little bit about there's so many different dimensions of that?
There's multiple different types of bottom surgeries. I mean, there's
And Brooke,
getting...
you can jump in too if you want, but go ahead. No, but Oliver, you keep going. Yeah.
There's multiple different types. I mean, there's types too, like, a hysterectomy where you can remove, most of the female organs that are down there, and there's other different types to get a penis-like thing, which pretty much consists of a skin graft from you, and they make it into a penis. That doesn't work like a regular penis.
But it has the sensitivity of the clitoris.
Yes.
Right? So, which is,
depending on the type of surgery.
You all know the importance of the clitoris. So.
Yeah. We've learned this.
So bottom surgery is like it's a much bigger deal. And, I just had and that's much more expensive.
Yes, I have no clue how much that is. I know I follow this guy on Facebook who is going through the process of getting a certain type of surgery. I can't remember what type, because again, there's so many different kinds. But he has been going for months. He has doctor's appointment every couple of weeks to get ready and prepare for this surgery.
And you're not bleeding anymore, right?
No.
Because you're taking hormones.
Yeah, I haven't...
testosterone.
Yeah, I haven't bled since like July of 2016, which is
Killing
great. For anyone that's ever had a period, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I can attest to that. For my wife. But so once you started, did you notice? Has your voice is lowered too, right?
Yes, quite a bit. I mean, from last time I was here, yeah,
definitely. And so your parents, are they still in the dark? What are they?
They're pretty much still in the dark.
But then when they hear you talking, then...
No, I make it happen. I make it happen where they don't know. I can put my voice up pretty high.
Really?
For them.
Well, and then if they see you, so you have to stay shaved.
Oh, yeah, I shave.
Yeah. Wait, do it once. Talk.
It's going to take me a minute. Should I do my mom is on the phone voice?
Yeah, do your mom's on the phone. Wait, hang on. Here she is. She just called, dude. Yeah.
Hey, Mom, how's it going? How you doing?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
That is pretty. I mean, it's hard when I go home for like 4 days. I'm like, I got to drink water every 10 seconds. But that's okay. I mean, I'm hydrated, I guess.
Yeah, dude. Brooke, so how about you? Do you have any... You're still... How old are you?
I'm 19.
So you're 19. So once again, you're still really... Did you say how old you were? Did I ask you how old you were when you really started to say wait, hang on a second?
I mentioned that I started questioning my gender identity in junior year of high school.
Uh-huh. So you could be, and I asked you the question of who you're most attracted to?
Right, which is women.
Women. So you could so you really see yourself ending up with a woman?
I mean,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Regardless of where you go in terms of your physical characteristics, your body, like any kind of surgeries or anything, or just staying who you are or whatever. You're
Yeah, I've always said that I wanted a wife and 10 dogs. Like, that's the goal.
a wife and 10. Yeah. Dude, see that? You missed the opportunity. Okay. So let me ask you this question. What's the ratio of friends that you've gained versus friends that you've lost since you've started to really come out?
I mean, since I've started questioning and talking to people about gender identity and my sexuality, I'd say I've gained friends in many different places. Like, there's the Ally House here at Penn State. It's around West Campus, and I've met a lot of people through that. And there's been group chats that I found that really introduced me to the queer community here. It was PSU Lit Gays or something. It was great.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bro, how about you?
All right, so I don't really talk to many people from high school, so it kind of didn't matter. I mean, I have two really close friends, and they didn't really care. But I have gained so many different friends here at Penn State and out, like, at work and, like, in the community, because I am obnoxious, and I try to make friends with everybody because I want to be friends with everybody in this world. I love everybody.
Dude, you should have met Bassam last week, dog. Yeah. Well, you did meet Bassam. You were here when we... Okay. How about... man, wait. Question here I want to ask you. Do you... Oh, I got one for you. Do you see yourself... So think about women. And both of you, think about women.
Always.
On the... So women, lesbian women who are more butchy and lesbian women who are less butchy. Or do you have a particular woman that you're attracted to, or is it just wide open? Is there just personality, or? By the way, I'm asking a lot of these questions that I know people are wanting. What would you say?
For me, it's just personality.
Uh-huh.
I think all women are pretty great. So.
Mm-hmm. Would you say the same thing?
Yeah, I'd pretty much say the same thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Dude, does anyone have a question? You have a question? Yeah. All right.
More of like a lifelong journey or like a destination thing?
Oh, dude, nice question. Cool.
Is that for both of us?
I don't. I feel like it's more of a lifelong thing, just because you keep coming out constantly to people. So it's always not really scary, depending on the people that you're coming out to, but it's always. I don't know if I want to say a risk, but sometimes it can be.
Yeah, I think it's like a lifelong process because, I mean, if I stop taking hormones now, I'll still get my period. The fat that has distributed itself in a male-ish shape will go back to a female-ish shape. And that's not what I want, but it is something that's going to keep going no matter how many surgeries I get, no matter how long I've been on hormones. It's going to be a process, especially with like coming out and stuff. Like the social aspect is never going to end. I'm always going to come out to people. I'm always going to like come out to large groups of people at once. And I will always keep telling people it's not because part of it's, yes, I'm trans and I'm proud, but the other part of it is this is an intimate piece of myself that I want to share with people. So yes, to answer your question in a short way, lifelong process.
You know, just if I could add something to that, as a man who's 57, I've watched my body change over time, and I've watched my sexuality change over time, and my urges and inclinations and that sort of thing. And even it doesn't matter for all of us. It's like it's really a lifelong process of watching the change happen. So, yeah, that's cool. Yes.
So like regardless of your like outside appearance, like how do you like do feelings on the inside hold you back from identifying as male? Like examples like emotions and stuff that like women differ from men. So like although your outside appearance is like a male, do feelings on the inside hold you back from feeling like male?
You first.
I feel like expectations from other people hold me back from identifying as male. And I think that's what's been holding me back recently from identifying as male, just because I feel like people expect me to present as feminine. They're like, oh, you're just a lesbian, you're just this or whatever. But I don't know, I think I'd feel more comfortable with myself if I were to take T and get top surgery. I would feel like Henry, which is the name that I was thinking of identifying as.
Henry?
Yeah.
Dude, Henry. For the rest of the semester, it's Henry in here anyway. So Henry, then, let's just try it out. What is you are also just in stature. You're small, right? You're shorter. You're thinner. Female. How much of that, like, if you were taller and like a little bit more muscular, like, how, you know what I mean? It would really shape it. So how much does that come into play?
Being smaller definitely does play a huge role. I feel like it would be awesome to be like jacked or something, but like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it would be maybe instead of awesome, let me suggest at least it would be easier, like the transition would be a little easier.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier. People would see me as I see me.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what by the way, y'all, race and ethnic relations, right? The whole semester we've been talking about seeing people and only seeing one thing. Like, remember last week, all the women who are in hijabs and it's the whole 9 yards, skin color, what we see. It's like, look, I see you, Brooke, or Henry. I see Henry. It's like, but if I see through if I see through just my eyes, my quick eyes, then I see a slightly built person who's a female. And if I don't, if I just take my glasses off and just see you as you, right? Then I can see Henry. It's so much more easy. So much easier. Yeah, it's cool. Anybody else have a question? Yes. Dude, hang on 1 second.
Can you talk a little bit about what happened when you first started taking the hormones?
Yes, definitely. All right, so the first thing I noticed, everything, like I was having hot flashes. I was having the worst hot flashes ever, and I was like really aggressive. I am always a little hyped up and a little hot-headed, but it was like really elevated. That was the first thing I noticed out of everything. And like taking a needle to the leg is not as bad as it seems. Yeah, every 2 weeks.
Dude,
Thank you.
Do you have another? Yeah. So, bro, let me also say, so I've had friends who have gone F to M, and we've had some really cool conversations about what it means to be a male. Like, for example, I just one, like what it's like to have testicles, right? And what do you do, and how do you manage it? Because, like, you don't know that, right? And
I actually have a really funny thing about that.
Dude, let me hear it.
With my packer, does anyone know what a packer is? Does anyone think they know what a packer is? Good. Can I get...
Go.
All right. So,
give me your funny story.
Yeah. All right. So, packer. So it's like it's basically like a fake penis that's not a strap-on. It's soft, and you put it in your pants to make it look like you got something there. So I don't know where to put anything, and I was
because you wouldn't know, like
no, where do I put
you look
it?
at me, you don't know where my penis is.
No,
right?
I have
is
absolutely
it hanging down?
no clue.
Is it up? Is it
up to the side? I have no clue. So I had asked.
No, but hang on, real fast. But this is the practical stuff, right? It's like, so my friend who was asking me is like, dude, I see guys like this. What do you do? And it's hot out, and your testicles are caught on your leg, and I see guys doing this a lot. So you got to start doing that once in a while, because that's like, like stretching them out.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
I had asked one of my male coworkers just like out of the blue. I was like, "Where do you put it?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Where do you put your penis to make it not like out and flailing about?"
Yeah, right.
He's like, "You just do it. You just find where it's comfortable."
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. It's not even attached to my body.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's cool. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is more for Oliver, but you said you're really comfortable in your own skin. I was just wondering what's holding you back from like telling your parents?
Well, I actually did tell my parents, and it went awful. It went freaking awful. No matter how comfortable I am, I'm always going to be afraid of my family. Not because like they're going to hurt me or anything. It's just like these are people who I have been the child of for 21 years, and they have a preconceived, like they have their idea of what I am and who I'm supposed to be, and I have my reality of who I really am.
Yeah.
So that's that.
So it's really just a unique family thing. Yeah. Brooke, do you have a? So you haven't discussed any of this with your family?
No, I have not. The only thing they know is my sexuality.
That you are?
Pan.
Pan.
Yeah.
And you have green hair.
Yeah.
That right there is sort of a giveaway that you're not, that you're willing to express yourself in unique ways, which is cool. Yeah. Brooke, I said Brooke, Henry, dude, killing it. Listen, first off, I think it's awesome for the two of you. First off, can we just, thanks for talking. Yeah. And I think, well, we're gonna see more and more conversations about sexuality. Look, the number of women and men who are identifying as bisexual is growing. It's just the whole world is changing. So, thanks for coming.